Fortnite OG has been out for less than a week and it's already seen a massive decline in players. But why is this? In today's video, I'm going to be breaking this down into 3 sections explaining where Fortnite OG went wrong. When Fortnite OG released, there was something different about OG than any other game mode. And what made this different is that there was no skill-based matchmaking and there was no bots, which is something that the game hasn't had for a long time. I believe bots have been in the game since Chapter 2, Season 1, or around that time. So instead of dropping in and getting 15 bot kills and then getting to the top 10, now people were dropping in and dying as soon as they land to real people. And to some people, this was fun. To some people, this was thrilling. They were enjoying getting into matches and having to actually try to win. But for a lot of people, or employed people, this was way too much for them. They couldn't keep up with people that have been playing the game for 7 years, or the newborn babies that just started playing and are already better than them. So a lot of people complained. They took to Twitter as they usually do, and they got to typing. Epic was kind of stuck in a hard place. So what did they do? Well, first they added skill-based matchmaking, but shortly after, they added bots. For the half of the people that did not want bots in OG, this almost ruined the game for them. They no longer were going to be able to fight against real people, and instead they had to fight against bots who
It'll be a long time before you ever see me again.
Now I know this video isn't about me, but where do I stand on this? Honestly, I did enjoy OG with no bots. It actually felt like the old game, because I remember back like in Chapter 1, when I used to play the game with my friends, we would hide in buildings and hide under floors. We would hide anywhere trying to get a win. And that's exactly what it felt like in OG. It felt like you had to actually think about things before you got into a fight. You had to actually be cautious of your heals and your health, all that stuff. And now with bots in the game, you don't have to really think about those things anymore. You kill like 15 bots, get into the top 10, and then you have to actually try a little bit and maybe win. That's what it feels like now. But I do understand the perspective of someone who doesn't play the game often, or someone who's returning to the game from a long time ago, coming back to fight people who have been playing the game for the 6 years or 7 years that the game has been out. You know, it's going to be hard to keep up. So I understand both perspectives, and I understand why Epic decided to add bots. But this doesn't explain all of the players who left. And that brings me to my next point of... Now, I can't speak for everyone, but for me, I really started to enjoy Fortnite around Season 3, Season 4. That's when the game started to pick up for me. So these first 2 seasons, where there's little to no updates, little to no map changes, little to no guns, some people enjoy the simplistic, idea of having the game be like this. And if you do, I do not blame you. But I personally do not enjoy this kind of just boring map, boring guns. And it is fun to play on the old map, which is the main reason I'm even playing it to this point. But if this was any longer than a month, I would probably lose my mind. And a lot of people don't want to admit this, but the hype for this mode came from nostalgia, and nostalgia alone. Because if Fortnite dropped a season like this now, with little to no guns, little to no heals, it'd be pretty boring. And this, honestly, after playing OG for around like 2 days or so, I honestly haven't really felt motivated to get on Fortnite and play it again, which is why there's no more clips left. Like, I don't have any more clips. I literally just don't feel like playing it. And I probably won't play it, to be honest, up until Season 3 or 4. So that's just my own personal, take on that, though. And I know a lot of people do prefer the simplistic and very minimal, version of the game. And so this is for them, honestly. And this really just brings me on to my last point. I'm a little bit mixed on this subject, and I've seen a lot of debate on this, on whether or not OG will last or if it'll fall off. And honestly, it really just depends on Epic themselves and how they handle each season. I do feel as if this Season 1 and Season 2, there's going to be a bigger drop-off than there already was. Once the nostalgia runs out and people start to realize how boring these initial first 2 seasons are, it's going to decline. But the moment that they drop Season 3 or Season 4 or 5, I see the player count going way back up to back in the millions like it was before. Especially because back when they brought the old map back before, they skipped over a lot of seasons, and people do want to replay those seasons. So I believe when they bring them back, the player count will go back up, and I can see lasting it I can see it lasting, honestly, all the way through. I don't see it falling off completely like Lego or Rocket Racing, but I'm not sure how this will work after Season 10. I really would not want to go back to Chapter 1, Season 1, but I also don't want to go to Chapter 2, so I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do in terms of that, but we will see. We are going to find out. And honestly, that brings me to the conclusion of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't really make Fortnite content like that often or ever, but I'm trying to branch out and just talk about different things. I want to talk about things that are, you know, interests of mine. So I thought I'd honestly hop on here, put my words out, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please go down and hit the like button. And if you feel like it, subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.